Hi, this is 365801 and this is a manga and book haul for summer 2022. So this is a pretty massive haul, it's much bigger than it really should be. I had decided to do quarterly hauls in 2022 just because I was trying to not buy as much and therefore there would not be a lot to show you, and therefore every 3 months seemed like a good enough time frame. And I think I did that really well in spring. I had 6 full weeks of not purchasing anything. And as you can see, for April, May and June, that was not the case. There's more here than there really should be. Also, this is a book and manga haul. I'm just going to show you everything that I've got, so it's everything together. And some of these things you will have seen if you've watched any of my videos in April, May and June, especially any of the vlog videos. When something comes through the door, it's like, oh, may as well just show you that this has arrived. So some of these things you will have already seen. Now, as I've said, there's quite a lot, so we should just probably get into it. I will be dividing this up into prose and manga, and I'll be dividing it up into hardback and paperback, and also into non-BL or non-male and male or BL, just so that it's easier for you to access it. The first one is Richard Osmond's The Thursday Murder Club. This is a non-male romance hardback book, and I got it from a charity shop for £1.50. This is supposed to be really good. I'm looking forward to reading it. I might be able to pick up the audiobook through my library. There's a second book in the series that's been published, also available through my library, so I think I would like to read them. Everyone goes on about it, how great it is, and £1.50 is an absolute bargain for pretty much brand new hardback book. I will put a link to the kind of thrift shopping vlog that I did when I found this bargain. Absolute bargain. And I'm kind of discovering how much I enjoy hardback books, which obviously if you read a lot of manga, you don't get many of them in hardback copies. There's not as much, and so it's kind of nice to feel hardback books. I think I've discovered a love of them. So yeah, this is going in my collection for prose at least. Now, another book that is now in my collection is Young Mungo by Douglas Stewart. This is a fairly new release. I think it was just released maybe in April or May. And I was given it by my sister for my birthday. She thought, oh, men in a romantic relationship, you'll like this. Not so much. This is not the happily ever after, cute, sweet, fluffy romance type book that I enjoy. You know, she tried. She was like a swing and a miss, unfortunately. This is super popular. It's like #1 bestseller in many categories, but especially in like gay romance and LGBTQIA+ stories. This is a high seller. Douglas Stewart wrote Shuggy Bane, which was also not only a bestseller but also an award winner. So yeah, Young Mungo has been lauded, and so I can understand why she would send it to me thinking this was a perfect gift, whereas she doesn't necessarily know my reading tastes, which is not trauma at all. I don't want to be reading trauma, guys. I just don't. I don't enjoy it. I want sweet, cute, fluffy things. I don't want to I don't want to deal with trauma in my fiction. I'm just putting it out there. And this is a kind of Romeo and Juliet type story, set in Glasgow in Scotland, between Catholic and Protestant youth gang warfare, and it's, you know, star-crossed lovers across, you know, the divide, and not my bag at all. I've read things like this at school. There's a particularly famous one where it's, you know, a girl and a boy from Belfast, and they end up one's Catholic, one's Protestant, and they end up falling in love, and then they move to Liverpool and they try and make a go of it. You know, that's the kind of book that we get told to read, so we can learn that actually anyone who's Catholic or Protestant, they're the same, it's fine. Whereas this one I think is much more violent and aggressive. There might be murder involved, and I'm like, no thank you, I'm good, but thank you all the same for giving it to me. Amazon voucher would be nice. I'm not going to tell her that. It's fine, she never watches my videos. She won't know that I'm saying this. This next hardback is one that I'm super excited to have. This is the kind of gift I'm like, yes please, thank you very much. I got an audio copy of this through NetGalley last year and I really enjoyed it. It's called A Marvellous Light by Freya and Marst. This is the hardback copy. I got it for £6.07 through eBay, secondhand, but I don't think this has ever been opened, let alone read. When I flicked through it a bit, it actually creaked. It went and that is a sign of a book that's not even had their spine cracked in any way, shape or form. It's still tight, so tight. So I think this is basically a brand new book that I got for a really good price, and this is the kind of hardback books that I will enjoy having. I love this story about historical, magical, male romance. I mean, what's not to love? I do recommend this, and I've got a video reviewing it as well. Up my street for sure. So yeah, and it's so beautiful. Look how beautiful it is. It's just lovely. So yeah, happy to have this in the collection. So the last of the hardbacks that I have picked up are YA male romance hardbacks. These are the Rainbow Rowell books. I've got Wayward Son and Any Way the Wind Blows. This is book 2 and book 3 in the Simon Snow trilogy. I have not got Carry On book 1. And I have to get a copy, especially of this version, so that I've got lovely spines, and the covers are just beautiful with all of the flowers, so I really do want that particular version. It's about £12, which I can probably swing, but I don't really want to. I want to see if I can get a bargain, because I can pick up a hardback copy of Carry On, the version I read in my library vlog, for about £2. I mean, there's so many copies of it, I can get it for next to nothing. But what I would like is a matching set, because if you're going to have a set, you may as well make it matching. I am really happy I was able to pick up Wayward Son, hardback copy, for £4.84, and the Any Way the Wind Blows for £7.35. So that's the kind of price that I would prefer to pay than £12 or £13. So fingers crossed I get a copy. Moving on to paperbacks, and this first one is a non-male romance or non-BL title, but it is LGBTQIA+, and there are gay characters in this. There is a sense of romance in this. So yeah, it's kind of an odd one because it's technically not, but also it is. And that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I picked this up on my thrifting shopping vlog for £5 in the works, and it does make me want to think about going back to the works and seeing what other interesting titles they might have that I can pick up for a bargain price, brand new, £5. So yeah, it made me want to go shopping again. I really did enjoy this book. I've got the vlog, so if you want to go and watch that, you can hear all of my thoughts. But as I've said in that vlog, I cried the last quarter of this book, and I just kept on crying with every page. It was just sob, and I loved it. This was the kind of one that I enjoy because it's not traumatic in that respect, but it's still traumatic in an emotional way, and it felt very cathartic to read. And of course it has all that Hollywood glamour, so I loved this. And just as everyone says it's fantastic, it is fantastic. Now this next paperback is the first book in the Captive Prince trilogy. This is The Captive Prince by C.S. Pacat. I picked it up for £6.16 on eBay. It's a little bit pricier on Amazon, so I am looking out for bargains. And also the covers are not the ones that I like. I think the Australian version is the cover art that I like. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eye out for good prices for the other 2 books in the series, and maybe the extra book as well, which I think I can probably get for about £5 on Amazon. So I might just try and see if I can get that. Yeah, I enjoyed this trilogy, and yes, it's a bit traumatic and there's definitely some trauma elements in there, but I enjoyed the setting, and I enjoyed the characters, and I enjoyed the romp of it all. It felt good. It felt like it had intrigue and politics and war, and the scope was very wide, and therefore the traumatic elements felt like it fit. It was fine. So yeah, I would like to get everything by C.S. Pacat, especially Dark Rise. I'm on the lookout for a hardback copy of Dark Rise for a good price. I think £10 is kind of the going rate at the moment. Anything by C.S. Pacat, obviously. Now I'm continuing my Mail romance purchases, and I have picked up a couple bargains. This first one is a novella called Wanted, a Gentleman by KJ Charles. I managed to get this for £4.45, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to read everything by KJ Charles eventually. I'm just going to go through and read everything. That's just a plan. It's not even a plan, it's just like a given. The second one is Spectred Isle, and that I got for £5.27, so also a bargain. Her books are usually fairly reasonably priced on Amazon, but if I can get them for cheaper, then I'm going to try and get them for cheaper, because the more of a bargain I get, the more I can get. So I am eventually, I think, going to just pick up everything by KJ Charles, whether I've got it in digital format, which I have, or Audible format, which I have, or in physical. I would like everything, and I would like to read everything. So maybe in a year or so I will have a video when I just review everything by KJ Charles, which will just be me gushing because she's fabulous, and I'm really looking forward to reading these. Now these next paperbacks are ones that I actually didn't want to buy. Just being honest. I'm just being honest. I didn't want to. But I saw one of them on eBay and I picked it up, and it was £5.29, which was like half price what it was going on Amazon. Because at that point in time it was about £11 on Amazon, and I was like, I'm not paying that. I've got a digital copy and I didn't like it anyway. In fact, I hated it. So why was I buying it? Yeah, exactly. I do assume that at a certain point in the future I will reread this series, but just not soon. And because I had purchased the second book, I thought I would go and just, in the end, bite the bullet and get the first and the third one. And that was because the first one was only £6.11 through Amazon, and the third one, The King's Men, had been reduced down to £8.28 rather than being, I think it was £12 or £13. And I thought, that's a great bargain, I'll have the set. But unfortunately The King's Men came and it had some yellow ink on the cover, so I had to send it back to Amazon and get another copy. And whilst I was doing that, they reduced the price of The Raven King down to £7.39 from what it was, and so I ended up purchasing that one as well. So now I have two copies of the book that I hate the most. So yeah, the one that I got from eBay is definitely going back on eBay at some point. I am getting rid of it. I do not need two copies of The Raven King, which I swear is the book in the middle that I hate the most. It's the one I hate the most. I can take the first book and the third book. I mean, the third book's nonsense, but the second book I actually actively dislike. And I have two copies of it. So yeah, Nora Sakovich's All for the Game trilogy. I have a reading vlog for the first book because I swore too much in my footage for the second and third books. I swore a lot. Moving on to graphic novels that are male romance, and that is Check Please Volume 2. This is Sticks and Scones. This is by Ngozi Kazu, and I chuffin' love this so much. It's so cute, so sweet, so emotional, so lovely. It's got all the feels, and I cannot rate this highly enough. I absolutely loved it. I loved this series so much. Eric Bittle is just a cinnamon roll. Needs to be protected. Loved it. I can't say anything more. If you haven't read it yet, check it out. It's great. All the times that I'd seen it and I'm on, oh, that looks interesting, maybe, and just kind of hummed and hawed. And now I'm like, why did you not pick it up? It's great. I really did enjoy it. It was just so sweet. So yeah, it's an absolutely great one. And to be able to pick it up for a good price and have the complete set and be able to read it just made me feel really good. The next graphic novel is Heartstopper Volume 2 by Alice Oseman. Now I have wanted to pick up in physical copy the rest of the series. I only have the first volume because I got it for a bargain, but I haven't seen any bargains. They've all been around the £9 mark, and I'm like, oh, I could probably get it for cheaper, and I did. I waited, and I was proven correct. £6, which is not a huge discount, but it's still a discount and I'm happy about it. So for £6 through Amazon, this just arrived. Very happy about it. Adding this to my collection. I will eventually get the rest of the series because I just love it. I think there's going to be a 5th volume at some point, and I think that's going to be it. So, have you watched the Netflix drama? I enjoyed it. It was great. I think everyone has. It's just been everywhere. So yeah, and a season 2 coming as well. I wonder wonder if Alad will make an appearance, or if they just won't bother with his story at all. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Now we're going to move on to manga, and this is going to be non-BL manga. And when I say it's non-BL manga, it's probably slash shippable. Like, I kind of read it with a gay lens, obviously. But yeah, it's like definitely BL adjacent. This first 2 is Thigh High, volumes 1 and 2. I managed to pick these up for a really good price actually. I think the first one, volume 1, Amazon for $5.99. Because I purchased that, I had a look out and discovered that volume 2 was going on eBay for $4.99, so I picked that one up as well. I haven't read volume 2 yet. Volume 1 I thoroughly enjoyed. I think it's just a 3-volume series. If you know, let me know in the comments. Is it just 3 volumes and that's all I need to get? Because if that's the case, I might prioritise trying to see if I can pick up a cheap volume 3. And then it's a nice, completed series, which is always good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading volume 2. I'm going to enjoy it. It's great. Lovely looking boys in skirts. You just get to see their legs and thighs and muscles. Whoever is, producing this, choosing to bring us these works in English, thank you very much. I'm enjoying it so far. This next one is Bloody Mary, volume 8. This is a Viz, and it's because I've got volumes 1 through 6, but I don't have the rest, and it's a 10-volume series, and I wanted to complete it so that I can read it all the way through, and then decide if I want to keep it in the collection. I might not. I've read the first 4 or 5 volumes. I think I've read like 4.5, and I enjoyed it so far. It's just not as engaging as I would want it to be, and so I might not in the end like it enough to keep it, but I would like to collect the rest of the volumes first, read it, and then decide. So I picked this up on eBay for £4.15. So yeah, now I just need to get volume 7, 9 and 10, and that'll have a complete series. This next one, Descending Stories, volume 1 by Haruko Kumota. Ugh, I really wish I hadn't slept on this as a series, because I'm not sure if we're going to get the rest of them. It's looking more and more tricky to pick up the volumes. So is there any series that you have slept on and gone, oh, I'll be able to pick them up, no bother, they'll be available, and then it's like 2.5 years later you're like, oh, I can't find volume 3 anywhere for love nor money, and it's always volume 3, isn't it? It's always volume 3. But yeah, Descending Stories, volume 1. This for sure is one where I ship the 2 main male characters. Ugh, the love that spans them. But yet, there's so much more going on. The anime is absolute genius. If you haven't watched it, please do. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I picked this particular volume for £3.94 on eBay. And if I don't get the rest of the series, at least having volume 1, where you're introduced to the character, Yakumo. Oh, I love him. I don't know if I should say this, but he reminds me of a man I used to work with. He literally is, like, the guy I know has a name that's very similar as well, and he embodies it. So when I watched the anime, I was like, oh my god, that's the guy I know from Japan. He literally just is exactly the same. He has mannerisms and everything. He's like got that sort of quiet sexuality, sort of sensuality to him. And so I associate this series with a particular person I know, who I kind of have a little crush on, just because he's so great. And I kind of have a little crush on Yakumo as well. Oh, so good. If you haven't watched the anime, watch it. Next is my Aki purchases. These are The White Cat's Revenge, and I managed to pick up volume 1 on Amazon because they were having like a bargain, and it was £5.58. And I've been actually keeping an eye on this series just to make sure that I could get it for a really good price, and it's never really dropped below £7. And so to get it for less than £6 is really, really good. And because I picked up volume 1, it reminded me to go and check on eBay, and I found volume 2 for £5.60. So both of them in really excellent condition, practically brand new for volume 2. I think it's just a volume 3 left. I'm not entirely sure if there's going to be any more. I know there's light novels, so maybe Aki just did the 3 volumes. And that's the reason why I'm purchasing it, because Aki did the artwork, and I will buy everything that Aki draws. And I would absolutely love it if she would finish her own series. Oseman is a mystery, and you don't know what the mystery is. And I think she's done, what, 7 volumes? 8 volumes? Something like that. So I am like waiting for conclusion to this mystery. I don't think I'll ever know. I don't think she's ever going to tell me. I don't think she's ever going to finish it. She's never going to finish it. And we will never find out who has a plan to kill possibly the king. It's so annoying. So yeah, Aki, as much as I'm really looking forward to reading these, and I'm enjoying her work, and anything she does I will purchase, I really wish she would just get on with finishing her own series, so that we can have some sort of conclusion, because that would be great, thanks. So the last of the non-BL titles that are manga, but actually is manga that's kind of BL, is My Love Mix-Up Volume 3. I got it through Amazon for £6.45. I have pre-ordered Volume 4, also for about £6.50, something like that, which I think is a really good price. I'm quite happy to have it delivered to my door ASAP as soon as it's released, because this is the only thing I'm pre-ordering. This is the only thing I'm like, I really want this. This is something I love. And it's a Shoujo B title. Who would have thought? Well, BL is basically Shoujo. So I'm surprised it's actually taken this long to get something like this, because my love story was similar in a way. There had vibes. There was definite vibes there. And this has the same kind of vibes, and I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying this series. It's going so far in the way that I want it to go. So I hope that Volume 4 and carrying on, because I think they just announced that that's the series over. I think it's like 9 volumes or something in Japan. So it shouldn't take me too long to collect them, because they are coming out quite quickly. Volume 1 was the end of last year. We've had Volume 2, 3, 4 is in a couple of months, and we might have 5 by the end of the year. So yeah, it shouldn't be too long to collect this series, and I will be pre-ordering them all. On to the BL manga now. This is Hey Sensei by Yaya Sakuragi. This is a June manga title. Wow, can't believe I got this. And I got it for £10 plus £3.35 shipping. So £13.35. So basically recommended retail price, which is amazing, because this is going for so much. Oh, I swear when it came up I was just like so apoplectic, so happy to have it in the collection. And I read it, and it's nothing special. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the trope of teacher-student relationships. It's not my favourite. I'm not a fan. But this one was done okay. It wasn't done great, but it was okay. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. And it is Yaya Sakuragi, so I enjoy the art style. I enjoy that she always does things that other people do, but she does it in a certain way that makes you accept it and root for it and enjoy it much more so. And I do think that's the whole point. Like, as much as I might say I don't like this trope, and whatever trope it might be, like I don't like massive age gap May to December. I don't like love triangles. But what have I just said? Like, I will read it if it's done well. My Love Mix-Up is more of a love square, but it's all turning out okay, and I'm loving that. So like I say, like I hate certain tropes, and then I'll read something and actually enjoy it. And Yaya Sakuragi is one of those authors, mangaka, that can produce something that makes me accept a trope and love that trope just in that instance, not necessarily for every other one to come. But she is able to produce work that makes me just go, oh, that was nice, I enjoyed that. So yeah, so happy this is in my collection. It's just another one down. There's so few now to get. My list is so short. Now another one that I was able to pick up, which was so astounding. I cannot believe that I got this as well. And for £7.79. Guys, £7! What? Kiss All the Boys Volume 2 Shioko Kano. I have only one more due title to get, and that is Volume 3 of Kiss All the Boys. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I cannot believe it! I was so excited to have this in the collection, and it's probably shit. It's probably absolutely awful, because it's Shioko Kano's early work, and a lot of Shioko Kano's work is not brilliant. It's not great, but I still find her entertaining. I still find it like worth having a read of. So yeah, I guess that just means I have one more due volume to get, and then I will have a complete due collection, and that makes me feel really, really good. So close to finishing another publisher. So yeah, out of everything that I got, this is the title that makes me feel the most collector proud. And it's not even one that I'm like, oh, I desperately want to read. No, often that's not the case when it comes to completing collections. This just made me so happy. And also, I swear, I think my heart stopped and I fell down on the ground. You should have seen, it was very embarrassing, but I'm letting you know, I literally toppled. It was like blah, 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 blah. Because I just freaked out so much. I freaked out so much when I saw this for £7.79. You can't, it just, heart stops and palpitations and the anxiety of maybe getting something, and then you just have to wait and see. And it's not until it's like purchased and it arrives in the post that you know for sure it's yours, it's in your hands now. So yeah, absolutely amazed that I have this. Now this next one is one I probably should have put in my collection already. I've been really slow about getting them, and they've not always been of like the best bargains, and I think that's why. So I just bought the bullet and got this for £7.85 through Amazon. I still need to get volume 3 and I need to get the next one as well, and I know that volume 5 is going to be coming out soon, OB. I have, I think, all of these in Japanese anyway, so that's probably why, and I should probably not think of them as like, oh well, I have them in Japanese anyway, we'll be fine. Just like Descending Stories, if it's, they have gone out of print, they've had to reprint these, so I do need to pick up volume 3, and I need to pick up, is it Sora and Hara, which is a little bit more expensive because it's thicker, and I mean, I love it. It's Asumiko. You've got to love Nakamura Asumiko's work, and I need to have it in the collection. It's like a need. This is a required reading. BL 101, come on, this is classmates. It's like seminal work here, and I'm not joking. I am not joking about that. This is a seminal work. This is one of those absolute linchpin. This is a turning point in BL manga. I'm like getting quite serious about this, so I need to have this in the collection. So I do need to pick up volume 3. I'm very happy to have this in the collection though. It's beautiful, it's lovely, but yeah, it just reminds me that I need to buy more. Now this next one I picked up kind of on a whim, because it was on eBay and it was cheap. I was going to read it through Kindle Unlimited because it's available, but then I spotted that it was on for £6.90, which is quite good for a Tokyo Pop title, and I don't want to spend a lot on a Tokyo Pop title. I don't want to spend any money on a Tokyo Pop title. But this one as well, because it's not actually manga so much as it's one of those German ones, like Star Collector. So it might be good, it might not, but it was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be the read for Manga Pride Readathon, but I haven't read it yet, so it just came, and yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a read. Like I said, I was going to read the digital version of it, but now I have the physical, so I'll add that to my Tokyo Pop collection. Now I've got 3 Sublime titles, and a couple of them I actually totally forgot that I purchased during April, May and June, and that's because this was one that I had, I think, maybe pre-ordered, maybe not. This is obviously The World's Greatest First Love, volume 15. I got it through Amazon for £7.85. I think it had just come out and I was like, oh, I better pick it up. I read volume 14 and I did not enjoy volume 14. It really pissed me off, in fact, and it made me really not want to pick up the next one, but I thought, do it, it's part of your collection, you know you want to, you love Nakamura Shingiku, come on, just do it. And I'm really glad I did, because for whatever reason it didn't irk me so much as volume 14 did. Volume 14 felt so repetitive, whereas this one did feel like it was pushing the story along, but at a fucking snail's pace. Oh, snail's pace, it is so slow. I cannot deal with these guys. But yeah, I'm gonna end up buying the rest. It's just gonna keep on happening. But yeah, I read it as soon as I got it, and it made me feel better about the series again. Now this is Given Natsuki Kizu Volume 4, which I had actually pre-ordered I think in March, and it did take a little while to come, so at the end of the last video, the spring haul, I did say there was a volume in the post supposed to arrive, and it hadn't arrived yet. This is it. £6.40 I got through Amazon, but it wasn't through Amazon Prime, it was like through Amazon or through another seller. I don't know why, but £6.40 is a pretty good price, so I was quite happy to have it and wait. And of course, since then I have read it, and I've got a reading vlog for that, so you can have a wee check out of that if you're interested to know my thoughts about Given. So this last Sublime title is Bad Boys Happy Home, but this is volume 3. I got this on eBay for £6.70. There was a bit of a bidding war of the volumes someone had put up, and I thought, oh, well, if I can get it for cheap. And I didn't really mean to. I just put in a random bid, and then it ended up, I got it, and I was like, ah, damn. Because it's volume 3, which means I can't read it, which means it's going to go in my TBR pile, and I have to wait. And it's only a 3-volume series, which means I really need to pick up volume 1 and 2 now, so that I can actually read it. I hate having such a huge TBR, it's really, really annoying. And I've just been going through it all, so it's so massive. Hundreds. And yeah, this just adds to it. So this is not one, like, it's going to be trauma, and I know I'm not going to enjoy it, but it's Showa, and I can't not read Showa. So yeah, I'm kind of happy it's in my collection. It's going to have to be there at some point anyway, but I don't think I necessarily want to read it. It's like jealousy. Like, I don't really know if I want to read things that are going to make me feel uncomfortable. Next we have 2 that I didn't mean to pick up, but they were so cheap I couldn't help myself. And I was in the process of purchasing Se-young Kim stuff and other net comic titles anyway, that I thought I'll check out and see if I can get any, and there was a couple that were cheap. So I got volume 5 for £2.65, and I got volume 1 for £3.74. So over the years I've checked it out and seen some of these volumes be cheap and just never put them in my cart, never purchased them. And I probably could have had the full set by now for quite a reasonable price. So I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep it there, and I'm not going to make it a priority, and if I see any of the volumes for a good price, I think is there 9 volumes? 8 or 9 volumes I think, of Boy Princess. I'll just pick them up as and when I can see one for a very good price, i.e. less than £5, because I would like to spend less than £5 a volume on this series. Because I'm not entirely sure if it's a good one. I've never heard anything about it, and not a lot of people talk about it, so have you read Boy Princess? Is it any good? What's it about? Now, as I mentioned, I was looking at some Next comic stuff, and it was actually because of To Take an Enemy's Heart by Yusa. I have made great strides in my To Take an Enemy's Heart purchasing. I have picked up volume 3, volume 4, and volume 8 and 9. I think I got volume 7 in the previous haul. And so that means I have everything except for volume 1 and 2, which is pretty good. I got volume 3 for £5.99, volume 4 for £5.19, volume 8 for £6.77, and volume 9 for £4.40. So pretty good actually. So I do think I can probably get volume 2, but for full recommended retail price, which is a bit disappointing. And I don't know if I'll ever get volume 1. I left it too long, guys. I left it too long. So once again, another series that I've left too long to be able to collect the whole thing. Maybe one day. But I'm quite happy with it, and I think I can read the first volume digitally, so it's not like I couldn't read it. I think I can just read the whole thing at some point. So it's not going to stop me from... it's not going to add a huge amount to my TBR if I can read the first volume digitally and then read the rest of it physically, then at least I can put it in the red pile, which is the main thing I think for me now. Okay, and so we are on to the last title. This is a Kodansha title. It is one that I have been so slow in collecting, and then all of a sudden loads of volumes were up on eBay for really good prices, because these are kind of pricey. They're like, I think they're like £10 something, £10.99 or something, and then the reduction is only just down to £8.99, maybe £7.99 if you're lucky. So if you get it for less than £8, you're kind of getting a really good bargain. But they are like large trim size, they're good quality paper, and I hope it's a good story, because I've only read a few of the volumes and I do want to read it all the way through. So I picked up volume 2 for £5.66, volume 7 for £6.02, volume 9 for £5.76, volume 10 for £6.01, and volume 11 for £6.01. And I think some of these were actually new. I don't know how, but they seem like they're in such great condition. I don't think they've been read. And of course I picked up Hitorajime Boyfriend for £5.82. So they're all really, really good prices. They're almost half what they are going for recommended retail. And I think that now means I have just to pick up volume 3 and 4, and I think volume 12 is either just come out or it's just about to come out. So yeah, I need to pick up volume 3 and 4 now, so I can target my purchases now, looking for bargains, and then I will be able to read this, because I would actually like to sit down. I enjoyed the anime. I know a lot of people didn't, because like I said, I don't like teacher-student relationships. It's not my favourite trope. I find it uncomfortable, having worked in education. It's not a comfortable subject. And yet when it's done right, and it's done in the right way, or it's done in a certain context, or it's done with a certain tone, then it's perfectly acceptable, and I actually find it really enjoyable. So I don't know. So I would like to actually read this, because I think the art style of the manga is so different from the anime. Like the anime, everything's smooth and polished, whereas the manga is darker, thicker lines. It's got really a different kind of style, and I really like it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finally, hopefully, reading this at some point soon. So that is everything for the months of April, May and June 2022. So this is my summer haul. So I'll have to do another one for July, August and September. So maybe see you again in October when the next one comes out. I do hope, fingers crossed, that I do a no buy month. I'm putting it out there into the universe. Stop me from spending money, because although I did just purchase something. What did I just purchase? I've already forgotten. I think I purchased, oh that's right, I know what it is. I purchased something yesterday, so I at least have a graphic novel and a novel in the post. It was like buy one get one 25% off, and I was like, I wonder if this is available, and it was, and I was like, damn it. So yeah, I can't help it. So I have a couple of things winging its way to me at some point, so that'll be definitely something for a haul in September, October. So yeah, it's done now. I am really pleased with this in terms of what I've got. Everything that I've got makes me happy. I'm really excited to read some of these, and I'm really happy that I read the things that I've read. I'm enjoying what I'm buying. I'm being not necessarily selective, but I'm really targeting things that are cheap, but also the novels, the YA novels or the male romance novels. These are things that I've actually really enjoyed, and so I'm happy to be putting them into my book collection, which has definitely, I think going to the library has definitely changed things as well. I was reading a lot of Kindle Unlimited. I'm still doing that, but it's made me think a lot of those books are sort of independently published or indie published, and so getting them, some of the only ways you can do that with good shipping is through Amazon. So getting things through my library and then checking out more traditional published works has been interesting as well. So yeah, definitely a good stack of manga there. Way more than if I was using my standard 7 volumes of manga a month maximum, I went over. So unfortunately I did not do well, which is why I definitely think I need to do some no-buy weeks at least over the next 3 months. It's just gonna have to happen. Because there's always so much to read. I have plenty to read. I do not need to buy anything else. I have enough on my TBR, and I need to be able to look at this stack and say I've read, you know, a huge percentage of it, and I haven't been able to do that, so unfortunately. Yeah, if you have read any of the stuff, I'd love to know your opinions on it. Yeah, let me know. What do you think? I'm 365-801 and I make videos about BL manga, yaoi, male romance and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching to the end of this probably quite long haul video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, sharing, all that. Take care everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!